Hey everyone, it's Jeremy Sutton, owner of Vivian Physical Therapy, host of the Servant PT podcast. I help women 50 and over live a life full of health, family, and fun. Ever feel like your healthcare provider just isn't listening to you? Like, just don't get what's going on with you, doesn't seem to be that concerned, or just maybe just doesn't get it. Anybody? Yeah. So I've been there. I've even been that person before. I hate to say that, but I really have. I've been that guy that was just like, it doesn't seem okay, it doesn't seem too bad. But I'm not that person anymore. So, and here's the reason why. Everybody that comes into my clinic, everybody that I treat, no matter whether I'm in Shreveport or Vivian or wherever I am, everybody that I treat deserves my 100% attention. They deserve my 100% respect. And they deserve to get me on at 100. So that's what I try to do. Now, are there days I don't feel good? Absolutely. Are there days we're busy? Absolutely. But that's not the norm. And I really strive to, every person that I come in contact with, every person that walks through my doors, I really strive to give them the very best treatment that they could get anywhere in the country or in the world for that matter. Like, I want to give them the very best. I want to serve them. That's why it's called Servant PT. Is why my podcast is called Servant PT. That's why my business will be called Servant PT, hopefully by the end of this week or next week. So, but not everybody does that. And why don't they do that? I don't really know. I don't have the answer to that. I told somebody today, one of the strengths of physical therapy, I feel like, is that we get to spend more time with people than some of the other medical professionals do. Let's just take, for instance, doctors, medical doctors. So, a lot of times when you go, and this is not a knock on doctors at all, this is how our insurance system is, how our healthcare system is. Doctors are busy. They see a lot of patients each day, and that's just the way things are. It's not a knock on them. It's for no other reason, and that's just the way it is everywhere. If you go somewhere and people are like, oh, this doctor's only seeing 5 people a day, well, that's just not really true, more than likely. So the thing that I think is a strength of physical therapy is that we have a lot of time to spend with people normally. So we just have more time because we don't book 50 patients a day. Hopefully, some places do. But we have time to sit down and we have time to talk. And that's the nature of physical therapy. Like, we need to do a physical therapy evaluation, which is what you do on the first visit. So you're evaluating that person. Why does their shoulder hurt? Is it frozen shoulder? Is it a rotator cuff tear? Is it tendonitis? Did they break their arm? That's what you're doing in an evaluation. So you have to spend time with people. You have to ask people those questions. And you have to figure out what muscles are weak, what muscles are tight. What do we need to do for this? What phase of healing are you in? Are you in the phase of injury where you can't do anything you want and you're in that bottom part of my pyramid where you're injured? Are you in that next part of my pyramid where you're in kind of a roller coaster mode where you feel good one day, you're up one day, and then you're down the next day, and then you kind of go up and down like that? Are you in that tentative phase of the pyramid that I use where you're like, I can do everything I want for the most part, but every time I try to go back and do that one specific exercise, or every time I pick up my grandson, I hurt and I go right back to where I was? Or are you in that injury-free phase where you can do whatever you want and you have no problems? You're at the top of my pyramid where you're injury-free, life's great, you don't hurt. Everybody fits into that treatment model, into that pyramid, no matter how old you are, where you are, what part of the country you're in, what kind of athlete you are, what kind of provider you're seeing. You fit into that pyramid I just said. Injured, roller coaster, tentative, injury-free. So we have to figure out where you are, and as a good physical therapist, which I hope I am, I strive to be, I have to figure that out, where you are. And so naturally we have to have time to do that. And so I think that's our biggest strength as physical therapists, is we have the time to spend with people. And so we get to know you better. We get to know about your kids. We get to know about your family, your likes, your dislikes, your hobbies, where you're going on vacation, what kind of food you like, things like that. And so just naturally, we tend to get more involved. And that's what I love about physical therapy. That's what I love about what I do, is I get involved with my patients, not just in an 8 to 9 appointment or a 1 to 2 appointment, 1 to 2, 3 times a week, whatever it is, not as a Blue Cross patient or a Medicare patient or whatever it is, but as a person on a deeper level. We get to know you. We get to, feel your pain, through your anguish and through your difficulties with what you're doing. To feel your victories with, you improving and you getting back to being able to lift your grandkids or going to the garden and doing the things that you love. We get to live that with you. It's not just you came in here to see me, I'll see you back in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, take these pills, whatever. Like, we get to live your life with you through those physical therapy appointments. And so that's what I love about what I do. That's what I love about physical therapy. That's what gives me the edge, I think, to help people, is that we get so involved and on such a deeper level. Our body is mind, soul, spirit, heart, physical, mental, whatever you want to say. We're not just physical beings. We have all those other components, and that's what I love about Servant PT and how I choose to serve people, is like we get involved in all those areas, and we get to know you. And so that's why I think it's important to listen. That's why I believe that one of the secrets to being a good physical therapist or whatever you do is just to love people and be nice. Are there situations where people have been really ugly to me and I responded in light? Absolutely. And I hate those, but it has happened. I'm human. But for the most part, I'm going to treat everybody the same, whether you're like me, not like me, whether you're Christian, not Christian, no matter what your race or cultural background is, no matter, if you come in and you have money or you're poor, I don't care. Like, I treat everybody the same. I want to treat everybody the same. I want those people to treat me the same. We all want to be treated with respect and dignity and love. And so that's why I think it's important to listen to people. Hey, how you doing? And that's why it's important to love those people and serve them. So, if you're out there listening and you're a medical provider, please, I hope that's what you do. Just remember that the person on the other side of the table that you're about to move their arm or leg or give an injection to or whatever, that's a person. That's not a patient. That's not Medicare. That's not Blue Cross. That's not patient 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's Miss Smith, who has 2 grandkids, and she wants to be able to lift them again, and she wants to be able to go to sporting events, and she wants to be able to continue being the matriarch of her family and live life with health and family and fun. That's who she is. She's not a patient. She's not a number. She's not a diagnosis. And so if you feel like your medical provider isn't listening, maybe speak to them about that and see what they can do. If you need a physical therapist, shameless plug, I'm here for you. So, guys, I hope y'all have an awesome day, and I will see y'all tomorrow.